Hello children, how are you? Now today I would like to teach you geography, the 10th chapter, part 2, that is the Indian industries. Now industries means what? Here number of pictures I have displayed. You see, you can understand. Here any economic activity concerned with the processing of raw materials and manufactures of goods in factories or industries is called an industry. In other words, converting raw material into ready goods, where in that place that is called the industries. Now, here various pictures we have shown about the industries. You can understand. See, though so many industries are there, and how the work is going on. Here one cylinder type, here people are working, the workers, and here how the process is going on, everything is given in the picture. And the area where a cluster of industries is located is called industrial zone. Now in this map of India, that is industrial regions, India's industrial regions where industries are located, much more industries are located. That area is called industrial regions. Now here we are given all dark part. This all the dark part, here in India, it is concentrated with number of industries. So that's why this is called industrial regions. Again, area where a cluster of industries is located is called industrial zone or region. There are 8 major industry zones of India. Now here factors. Now why industries are located in only particular places, not other places in India? There is a question, children. So if we want to locate our home, change our home, what we will do? We want our convenient, our family convenient place, and then we'll go on search. That is, it should be near your grandparents' house. It should be near to school, market, bus stop, and your relatives, some relatives, all this. You will see all that in that area only, and your house should be like this. How many rooms should be there? That and all you see, and then you will occupy. Is it not like that? That is a requirement. That is called what? Requirement. How the requirement we require for the housing, like that even industry also has got some requirements. Factors required for the location of industries are power resources. Power should be electric power, petroleum, any energy should be available, plenty that is needed for industries. Transport, good roadways, railways, airways, if not airways also, good roadways and railways is required for the industry to transfer raw materials either or ready goods to distant markets, mandi or other industry to industry, distant markets, or industry to railway, or industry to ships, that's port we call it. So like that we should have a good network of transport and communication facility. I need not explain, because you know that soon after you will transport any commodity, everything, the details you should go. Today we have got all software and then all email and all we'll send. So communication is very important, like that. Now next one, skilled and unskilled labor. So in the industry, who will work? There's a question. Who will work in the industry? There in the industry, the people who are all trained, who are all equipped with that machines and all, how to work and then how to run the machine, who all got a train, they only go and work. They only are appointed in the industries. Got it? So here, power resources over transport over communication facility over skilled. Don't think that, skilled people means all trained and educated. Pilot means he should know how to ride the flight. He will complete education. He will get training, and you take driver. You take example. You take a lathe worker, electrician. Any machine they should have. They are all should be trained. Then only they will work. They can work. Now next one, unskilled labor also important. Don't think that only all educated people only needed unskilled laborers, because sometimes no, now that all commodity they should carry, they should send it, cleaning, so much, so many works are there, washing machines and all, once in a month or once in 6 months, washing machine cleaning and then checking and clean. I mean, so much work is there, children, unskilled laborers also. If you go to mall, no, you can see that the car parking also so many people are working. Is it not in the shop also? I mean, in the mall, they will be sweeping, and some will be in the washroom. There also they will be cleaning all that. See, unskilled labor is also very important, and to establish industries. Next one, favorable climate. Climate should be very much favorable to manufacture any commodity. Dairy industry, I'll take example. Dairy industry means what here? In a very high temperature zone, the milk will spoil soon. So that industry production, the cylinder all, it will go turn back and bad. That it will spoil all the milk. In the most the medium temperature and then cold region, that is not too much cold. So there only they will establish this type of industry. That's the dairy industry. Sugar cane also, sugar juice will extract. For that also the temperature should be medium. Follow. These are all the things. Climate, it depends on the climate also, climatic condition. If it is too hot also, industries, the people also they can't work, and like that. And the capital, apart from all these established industries today, capital means money is important. Huge crores of money they should invest. Sometimes they establish basically industry means government will provide loan on no interest, low interest, not no interest, low, very low interest. If they establish in near the village side and all, margin will be given, very very less interest they'll collect on the loan, like that. And water resources, for every industry needs water. Don't think that only agriculture requires water. All industry requires water for washing purpose, manufacturing purpose. Example, I take textile, dye, and they'll do dye color, they'll put now for that one dip. The water color they'll mix and then the cloth is dipped. So that is more water is required, is it not? And our sugarcane industry also, they require water much, and all the machines they require water. And market is very very important, children, because soon after production from the industry, what will they do? They will send it to the market. To send the market, what they require? Road and good roads, very very good roads. Transport is required. It can be roadways or railways. So these are all the requirements of to establish industries. Now they will ask you in the examination 2 marks question, children. That is, what are the requirements to establish an industry? They'll ask you. So you should write, that is power resources, transport, communication facilities, skilled and unskilled laborers, favorable climate, capital, water resources, market. If you write all this, they'll give 2 marks. Okay, now next we'll proceed to the steel is an important raw material for machines. All machines are made up of steel, iron and steel. Only iron they will not use for the machine. They will use iron and steel mixed. That is, steel is an alloy, and that machines are all made up of iron and steel. So totally we say steel. Okay. Now next one here, and other infrastructural materials needed in other industries. Now vast area. To establish industry, we need a vast area. Follow? And movement of the vehicles, and then different department sections, and then tertiary, that is supplying, and then clerical and system. They enter all that commodity audit, went everything. See here, then all the places we have shown in the map, that bright white color, that is the important raw material, that is steel industries. Iron and steel industry is called a basic industry. Why they call it a basic industry? Because all machines, every machines are made up of steel. Follow? Iron and steel. So they will ask you in one more question. Which is the basic industry, which is called basic industry. Simple now, iron and steel. Hello? Industry is called basic because all machines are made up of iron and steel. Okay, now next I'll proceed to the cotton. Here they have shown cotton plant. It will grow in the plant, agro-based industry, agriculture. See, this is the plant, cotton is grown in the plant. And then what they'll do now, when it fully grown, they will collect all the flowers, cotton flowers, and then pack it, and then big baggage, waterproof baggage, they will send it to the industry. Then after see the second picture, they will all remove the seeds. The roller machine will remove the seeds. Afterwards, the looms are arranged in third down picture. Then it will become thread. In the machine, they'll feed layers type the cotton, and then it will extract only thread. Now what will happen on the fourth last picture? The cotton is a cloth is manufactured, and fifth, sixth, seventh and all dipping the color. One section, one color they'll dip, and then the dry the other section it will dry it. Other again in the roller it will roll, and the other section it will go department that printing will be done. So like that, so many departments will be there, so many sections are there, so many workers are there, all expert workers who are all trained like that. Now I'll read out this picture. A large quantity of cotton is grown in India. Of course, India is famous for cotton. Why Europeans were attracted by India? That is mainly cotton and spices. And therefore, India is famous for cotton textile industry ancient time. The first cotton textile mill was started in Bombay in 1854, as it was very close to the cotton producing areas of Gujarat and Maharashtra. See children, cotton and cotton, Bombay is meant for cotton. Textile is the largest industry in the country. India ranks second in the world in the production of cotton fabrics. The first cotton textile mill was started in Bombay in 1854. Now next, major cotton textile producing areas are in the cotton growing states such as Maharashtra, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana. Maharashtra and Gujarat occupy the first place among the cotton textile producing states of India. Mumbai is the main cotton textile center in India. Again they will ask you in the question, fill in the blanks or MCQ. Dash is the main cotton producing area. That is, Mumbai is the main cotton textile center in India. It has the largest number of cotton textile mills in India. Therefore, it is called cotton police. They may ask you, dash is the cotton police means Mumbai. Is it? Cotton city. Cotton police means what? Cotton city of India. It is also called Manchester of India. Manchester means what? Producing more and more cotton textiles. Follow? Now next one. See here. Now sugar industry in India is well developed. India is the second largest producer of sugar in the world. Now here where the sugar is grown, that and all, they are given the names. Sugar industries are located near places where raw material needed is grown. Now here the color they are given, different colors we have shown. Sugar industries. Even children, cotton also, where cotton field is there, that agriculture field is there, nearby only cotton industries are established. At the same time, sugar industry is also established near the sugarcane growing area. Sugar industries are located near places where raw material needed is grown. Raw materials required for paper industry are softwood, bamboo, biograss, straw, baggage, soft water and chemicals. So here paper. Then after extracting the juice, in one industry, the sugar cane, that waste that is sent to the other industry that is will be nearby only, like half kilometers or some meters. Then it will go to that industry, they will manufacture paper. For that paper, what they need is, don't think that only in the waste they will manufacture, paper. They need other raw materials like softwood, bamboo, sobai grass, straw, baggage, salt water, and chemicals. Now next, now here, the state of Bengal. Now the state of Bengal is has the largest number of paper mills in India. They will ask you dash. So you should know the Bengal. Don't forget. And one more thing, the list next industry I'll go as it IT industry, information technology, is based on human knowledge. It is called knowledge based industry. Here, as IT industry is based on human knowledge, it is called knowledge based industry. It has become a powerful tool of socio-economic change. It is very helpful in the fields of education, healthcare, and has become an essential aspect of all types of industries. It is also helpful in storing and communicating information to farmers, all industries, capitalists, and then all educative people and industrial people. It has become an important item of export in India and earns a large amount of foreign exchange for the country. Now, here one more thing. The Bangalore is called Silicon City. Silicon means what? Computer. Silicon City of India means let us, hats of ourselves. Let us feel very much proud, because Bangalore, we are all Bangaloreans. Bangalore is great. Okay, now, Bangalore is called the Silicon City of India. The technology of using living systems and organisms to develop or make products is called biotechnology. Bio means what? Life. Technology. So all the organisms, how it works, plants, either plants or human bodies and all, how it works. Today, biotechnology, people only vaccination, COVID vaccination, they did lots of research in a very, very fast time. They appointed a number of scientists who studied biotechnology and they have invented vaccination, they are using it. It has become successful, Indian, okay, like that. Only in India we are using that. Industries provide employment opportunities to large number of people. They enhance national income. Everybody will get income, is it not? Everyone will get income. Those who are appointed in the industry, may be skilled or unskilled. Everyone will get job, in India. So like that, they will get income, monthly income. So that will enhance their per capita income. Got it? Like this. So now I have completed this chapter, the Indian industry. Now I hope that you all understood this chapter and go through once the textbook. Thank you.